Salem is no stranger, but Monday, May 12 brings a storm of emotional upheaval, dangerous secrets, and hidden agendas that could change everything. Let's take a closer look at what's coming up in this gripping installment of Days of Our Lives, where misunderstandings fester into accusations, and long-kept secrets crawl out of the shadows. Rachel's meltdown sparks new conflict. Tensions are set to boil over as the emotional instability of young Rachel reaches a breaking point. For some time now, her parents have noticed that something isn't quite right. While both want to do what's best for their daughter, they couldn't be further apart in their approach. Kristen sees Rachel as misunderstood and sensitive, a child caught in the crossfire of adult conflicts. Brady, on the other hand, is deeply concerned that her troubling behavior might be the symptom of a darker issue she's hiding. What makes it even more explosive is the growing suspicion that Rachel may have had a more active role in recent chaos than anyone realizes. In particular, whispers are swirling that Rachel could have played a part in the scheme involving a kidnapping, possibly manipulating or influencing the plot to take another child, a girl close to her age, who became a pawn in a revenge game gone wrong. Kristen, always ready to protect her daughter no matter what, refuses to believe the possibility. Brady, however, is not so sure. The result? Another bitter argument between the two, one that may escalate further as more clues emerge. Brady and Kristen's strained co-parenting relationship will be tested once again as they struggle with the question, is Rachel just acting out, or is she hiding a dangerous secret? Holly in harm's way, a friendly gesture turns risky across town. The innocent actions of Holly may unintentionally place her in grave danger. In an attempt to brighten the spirits of Doug, Holly reaches out to him with compassion and kindness. But unbeknownst to her, Doug has recently crossed paths with a dangerous group, individuals who aren't afraid to use force when they don't get what they want. Doug's unfortunate entanglement with these shady figures has placed a target on his back, and now, by spending time with him, Holly may also be caught in the crosshairs. It gets even more unsettling. Someone is watching them. Hidden in the shadows, a mysterious figure is seen tailing them, camera in hand, snapping photos. Whether it's to send a message, gather intel, or worse, remains unclear. What is clear is that Holly, with all her good intentions, is wandering dangerously close to a trap she doesn't even know exists. Philip's desperation and a lab heist in the making. Meanwhile, behind closed doors, Philip is orchestrating a scheme of his own, one that could spell disaster. He turns to Kevin, recently reintroduced into the scene, and assigns him a secretive and highly illegal mission: infiltrate a lab and steal vials of Versavix, a powerful and experimental drug that could work miracles, or destroy lives if used irresponsibly. Philip is playing a high-stakes game, motivated by desperation and unresolved ambitions. Whether he's trying to prove something, save someone, or exact revenge remains to be seen. But one thing is certain. By targeting a lab overseen by Dr. Russell, and making Kevin his accomplice, he's igniting a powder keg that could blow up at any moment. Complicating matters further, Steve and Sean are also eyeing the very same drug for Bo. Two separate missions, one dangerous formula, and multiple lives on the line. The stage is set for a collision course. Kate and Roman confront the past over at the Brady household. A different kind of storm is brewing, one of guilt, fear, and a search for answers. Kate and Roman sit together, weighed down by what they know about the night EJ was shot. Roman finally opens up. He reveals that Johnny disappeared from the bar the same time the gun behind the counter went missing. The coincidence is too striking to ignore, and it leaves them both shaken. Kate, ever the pragmatist, wonders just how far Johnny might have gone in his vendetta against EJ. Roman, conflicted, doesn't want to believe Johnny is capable of such violence. But the timing, the circumstances, and the raw emotion Johnny's been harboring make it a painful possibility. Johnny's confession, rage, regret, and redemption. Later, Johnny speaks candidly, and emotionally, to Chanel. He lays his heart bare, admitting that his anger toward EJ had reached a dangerous peak. He wanted to make his father pay. He even imagined what it would be like if EJ disappeared for good. But despite all that rage, he swears to Chanel that he didn't pull the trigger. He didn't shoot his father. Still, the fact that he even entertained the thought, that he let his hatred take him that far, horrifies him. And it horrifies Chanel, too. She listens quietly, but her face says it all: heartbreak, fear, and disbelief. She sees the torment in Johnny, but also questions whether he's telling the whole truth. Johnny, to his credit, acknowledges how his fury nearly consumed him. He apologizes to Chanel, not just for scaring her, but for letting himself get that lost in hate. Whether she can forgive him, or trust him, remains to be seen. Closing thoughts: secrets surface, danger looms as Salem continues to unravel. Monday's episode proves that every action has consequences, and every secret has a shelf life. From Rachel's spiraling behavior and Holly's dangerous friendship, to Philip's desperate scheme and Johnny's haunting confession, it's clear that Salem is bracing for another explosion, and no one is safe from the fallout. Next, Rachel's breaking point on Days of Our Lives. A child's meltdown may unleash a dangerous secret. The town of Salem has always been a place of secrets, family drama, and emotional upheaval. But every so often, the storm clouds gather around someone least expected. Someone so young, so seemingly innocent, that when suspicions begin to arise, the shockwaves ripple throughout the entire community. This week on Days of Our Lives, all eyes are turning toward Rachel. For those who have watched her grow up on screen, she has long been viewed as a bright, if somewhat troubled, child caught in the complicated crossfire between two passionate and often combative parents. But now, something has shifted. And it's not just her behavior that has people worried. It's what she might be hiding. A family divided, Kristen and Brady face the unthinkable. Rachel's emotional state has been teetering on the edge for months, and her birthday, meant to be a joyful celebration, has turned into a terrifying revelation. Her sudden outburst during the party wasn't just a tantrum. It was something far more disturbing, something that sent a chill through the room and left her parents visibly shaken. Kristen has always believed that Rachel is a sensitive child. One who simply feels things more deeply than most. In her eyes, Rachel's occasional meltdowns are cries for help from a girl who has endured too many adult conflicts for someone her age. She's convinced that Rachel needs patience, understanding, and a stable environment, not judgment or punishment. Brady, however, is no longer convinced this is just about emotions running high. He sees the red flags piling up and fears that they may be dealing with something darker and far more dangerous. He's beginning to ask the hard questions that Kristen refuses to even consider. Could Rachel be more than just a bystander in the chaos that's been unfolding around her? A chilling theory emerges as whispers circulate through Salem. A troubling theory begins to take shape, one that is as heartbreaking as it is horrifying. Could Rachel have played a role in the scheme to abduct another child? It sounds impossible. Unthinkable. But there are reasons to wonder. The girl who vanished was close to Rachel in age. And the plot itself was tangled in family feuds and vendettas, all of which Rachel has been exposed to time and time again. The signs are subtle, but they're there: Rachel's evasive answers, her sudden shifts in mood, the way she sometimes seems to know more than she should. Brady can't shake the feeling that Rachel may have manipulated events behind the scenes. Kristen, however, is adamant. Her daughter would never do such a thing. The impasse between them deepens, widening the already fragile rift in their co-parenting relationship. The once temporary arguments have become permanent battlegrounds. Each parent believes they're protecting Rachel in their own way, but the truth is, they may both be failing to see just how far things have gone. Did Rachel pull the trigger? A shocking new suspect in the shooting. With Days of Our Lives introducing an older actress to portray Rachel, viewers can expect the storyline to take on more emotionally intense and morally complex territory. And that has led to one of the most jaw-dropping rumors circulating the fanbase. Could Rachel be the person who shot EJ? It's a theory that would have been dismissed outright not long ago, but now it doesn't seem quite so far-fetched. Rachel was in the house the night EJ was attacked. While everyone assumed she was asleep, there's no definitive proof. The entire incident happened downstairs, within earshot. And what if Rachel only pretended to sleep through it all? There's a growing belief that Rachel might have crept down the stairs, watched the chaos unfold, and, either in a moment of panic or cold calculation, pulled the trigger herself before silently returning to bed. The motive? Revenge. EJ's cruel decision to make someone close to Rachel disappear had devastating consequences. His constant war with Kristen only added fuel to the fire. For a child whose emotional state is already fragile, those perceived betrayals may have been too much to bear. The birthday clue, and a parent's worst nightmare. Rachel's recent meltdown may not have just been an outburst. It might have been a window into her trauma, one she can no longer keep buried. During the chaos of her birthday party, something she said, or did, has sent her parents into a quiet panic. They've seen a side of Rachel that was previously hidden, and it terrifies them. Kristen tries to explain it away, clinging to the idea that Rachel is simply overwhelmed. Brady, however, is beginning to connect the dots. He suspects that Rachel's mental health is more precarious than anyone realized. Worse yet, he's haunted by the thought that she may have blood on her hands. Could the next episodes reveal a flashback? A scene that rewrites everything we thought we knew about that night? If Days delivers such a twist, it could make Rachel a real, and heartbreaking, contender in the mystery of who shot EJ. What comes next? As the truth inches closer to the surface, the stakes couldn't be higher. If Rachel is involved in the shooting, how will her parents protect her? Will Kristen go to extreme lengths to cover it up? Would Brady turn his own daughter in to ensure justice is served? Or will both parents fall apart under the weight of this devastating possibility? Salem has seen its share of shocking revelations, but this one would change everything. Not just for the families involved, but for the entire town. Because if Rachel is capable of something this extreme, it raises painful questions about where she's been emotionally, and what kind of future lies ahead for her. Final thoughts: a tragedy unfolding in slow motion. This isn't just a story about a child in trouble. It's about two parents who love their daughter but are helpless to stop what's happening inside her. It's about a girl who may be too young to fully understand the consequences of her actions, yet old enough to cause irreversible damage. And it's about a town watching from the sidelines, unsure of whether to step in or stay back. As we wait for the next episode, one thing is certain. Days of Our Lives is taking a bold and emotional path with Rachel's storyline. And whether she's guilty or not, the fallout will be felt by everyone. Stay tuned, and prepare for what could be the most gut-wrenching twist yet.